Welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the player rating show. Liverpool have just beaten Fulham 1-0. Andy, it went from the absolute ridiculous extreme against Spurs and 7-goal thriller to 1-0 in a really boring game of football. We'll go straight into it and start with Alisson Becker. Had hardly much to do but made a massive save at the end there to keep us in.
Yeah, huge save from that massive lump that played up front for them tonight. They didn't have much to do, but decent on the ball. Not much to say. I'm not sure there's much to say about any of these players tonight.
There really isn't.
10.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, you know what? Give Ali an 8. If it's not for him tonight, I think we lose points there. Simple as that. It shouldn't have been that nervy, and it ultimately kind of wasn't because he was in net for us.
Virgil van Dijk, then let's move on to a centre half. I thought he was really, really good tonight, to be fair to him. He was stepping in on the players all the time, winning the ball. He looked like he'd got that half a yard back tonight. Yeah. They still had a couple of chances which went right through our two centre halves, but I thought he was solid.
A couple of times where we lost the ball in attacking areas from a set piece and he was still up there and he just shrugged the player off the ball, and you sort of think, like, if he made a career for himself as like a Sam Allardyce centre forward, he probably could have been a half decent Premier League player, up front. So every ball to him, back post, set pieces, he won. I think there was one point he gets slightly caught out of position when him and Ebu sort of got a little bit of a mix-up, but it didn't come to anything. So 7 out of 10 again.
Yeah, fair play. What's your name, mate?
My name is Clinton Elvis. I come from London. It's my first game. I got a seat in the Kop, which is a privilege. And I can tell you now, seeing them in person is different than watching it on TV, because you can actually see the work they put in, the effort they put in, and also, listen, up the Reds and up Redmen TV. Clinton Elvis, you don't know. Shut up.
He's right. Who's got him? No worries. Hiya, mate. Right, I'm going to move. We're on Canate. He's just did Virgil. We're going to go through them quite quickly.
What's Canate out of 10?
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Wait there.
I don't think it's 10 out of 10, mate. I think it's more 20 out of 10, mate. Come on. Don't be rated.
I'll try and get a more realistic one, Steve, from you. Canate, rating him?
Thought he was decent, yeah. I thought he had a good game. 7.
So you're on level as Virgil. I thought Virgil might have been a bit better.
I didn't know what Virgil got. Okay, 6.5. Yeah, fair enough.
They were all right, both of them. Fair play. We're going to move on to Costas then. I'm not going to lie, Courtney. I thought he had quite a torrid 45. He gets dragged off for Robertson. It looked like the correct sub, but you can't really expect any more. He's a player that's just been plucked out of the bench to be starting a game. Usually he makes it look seamless. Wasn't really the case today.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I saw it, I was shocked that he was starting, but completely understand it after Robbo's performance against Tottenham. But if it was me, if that was the plan for Klopp to put him on last weekend, I would have just given him 10, 15 minutes just to get him a bit of game time. I thought he did have a few poor moments, but then just before Robbo comes on, he starts to find his feet a bit, and I was in the lower ante. It's the first time I've heard people start singing a song just off the little moments he was having. So for me, I think he needs more game time if we are going to start rotating them next season. But yeah, I understand why Robbo did come on in the end.
Rating out of 10?
For Costas, probably is 6.5, 7.
Yeah, fair play. I don't think he was brilliant at any point. Andy, I'll pull you back in. Lucas, I've got your favourite saved for you. Don't worry, mate. I am coming to you. Andy, Trent, first 5-10 minutes, I thought he was exceptional. Had 3 banging shots outside the penalty area. I think Diaz gets in the way of one that I thought was destined for top bin. I thought he was boss again.
Yeah, I think he was a bit up and down tonight. I mean, like, there were a couple of times where out on the right hand side he did get skinned, and he still does need to work on those one-on-ones when he does have to go out there, because ultimately in his position off the ball he will still be found out on the right hand side, and he still needs to work on all the things he needs to work on all season. I thought he played really well. Yeah, first half you just see he was a level above in terms of intelligence, in terms of his passing. Some of the like sort of half volleyed passing into like over the top to Nunez. If Nunez was had his shooting boots on tonight, could have had a couple of goals from that. So yeah, overall I thought it was another really positive performance from Trent in that position. 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, fair play, totally agree with that. Moving on to the midfield then, Steve Fabinho, once again, didn't think he did much wrong, didn't think he did a lot great. It was just meh like the rest.
I thought in the first half actually he was good. He looked a bit tired by the end of it. There was one at the end where someone just ran around him. He looked a bit leggy, but he's getting he's not nowhere near his best, but he's getting back to look something that is resembling Fabinho of old. I think it really does benefit having Alexander-Arnold next to him. He doesn't have to cover every single blade of grass in the middle of the park, and I think that helps him. So yeah, I thought he had a really good first half, okay second half. So what's that? Maybe six, seven. Let's go 7. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds with that. Moving on then, Jordan Henderson was absolutely dead on his feet by the end of that game. He didn't play much against Spurs either. He was a sub on the game. But he was absolutely dead of it. What did you make of him tonight? I thought very much like the rest of them, ups and downs, mediocre, got through the game 1-0.
I was surprised he lasted the full game, to be honest. When I saw Milner was coming, I was like, oh yeah, Hendo off, Milner on, like usual sub we do. And then I was like, what, he's lasting the full 90. And I think one thing with Hendo for me is just him having shots when it's not necessary, and he done that quite a lot tonight.
The one that angered me the most, by the way, is we've just won the ball back. We've got about 20-30 seconds to play, and he tries to lob the keeper, which is just never going to work.
I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm for it. Yeah, why not?
No, absolutely not. Put Gakpo in.
Bad for him, but usually
Gakpo was literally in.
Yeah.
I just needed him to keep the ball. Yeah, he was far too tired in that moment. What are you rating him?
Probably a 6.
6. Okay.
I thought he was better.
I don't know. He just looked knackered the whole game. But then again, the whole team did, and I think that's what made it a bit of a boring game, to be honest.
You said he played better. What would you rate?
I thought, you know what's mad? Like, I thought he was not great with the ball, but I thought he was really good without it. And I thought that was Liverpool in general really close. I thought like. I agree with Corny, he looked half a yard off it, but they were really striving to press, and it's no surprise the goal comes from someone doing a bit of that as well. But I thought Henderson was I thought he was better than Fabinho, so I'd say 7 maybe for Henderson. It was. Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have to give my rating on these players. Curtis.
You said he was crap.
Curtis Jones. That's gone middle, 6.5. Curtis Jones then.
Didn't give the ball away in the first half.
No, didn't he?
100% pass accuracy first half. There's a stat for you, Josh. 100% pass accuracy first half, yeah.
Deep dive stats over there with Josh Williams. I thought he was decent once again tonight. Obviously comes off 84th minute, right decision. He was getting a little bit tired, but yeah, I thought he was sound.
I actually thought he struggled a little bit tonight compared to his recent performances. Now his recent performances have been very good indeed. Some of his play in the last 4 or 5 has really proven a lot of people wrong. And I'm someone who's believed in him. You know, I think he's sort of trying to find himself in that left-hand side midfield role. Has to be a little bit Genie-esque, has to play it a little bit safe at times. But I thought tonight just struggled a little bit on the ball, gave it away second half in a couple of quite dangerous areas. Took a few too many risks and didn't quite provide the final ball when we needed it. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 6 for Curtis.
See, here's the thing. I didn't think Curtis Jones did that bad. I thought he was all over the place. I thought he did some nice passing. He wasn't the worst player in the midfield for me. A 6, I don't really argue with. I think the team overall was probably like 6, 7. Yeah. What did you think of Curtis?
I thought he's been. The last game, I think, is the best game I've seen from him so far in a long time. But they then drop back a bit. It's a lot better than what we've seen, I think, for the majority of the season from him, personally. But you'll just have to see if he keeps growing with it, to be honest. After that Tottenham performance, you couldn't have expected that sort of performance from him today when you look at the team around him, sort of thing. So, yeah, I'd maybe say a 7 rather than a 6.
Right. Lucas, it's your time to shine, mate. Are we ready? Oh, you're going to take it off me, that's fine. You give me the lowdown on Mo Salah. What did you think of him, your favourite player?
He didn't really feel that bad, but he did score at least a penalty. Last time he did one, he did fail like immediately to Bournemouth, but like he did it again. He shined, and he.
What score would you give him out of 10?
Probably about a 9.5.
Oh, nice.
Because, but the only issue is like he didn't really get past a lot.
No.
So like he didn't.
I thought that guy done a good job on him.
Robinson did defend him well.
Yeah, it's good.
But he got the goal, he got the winner, he stepped up. Lucas, send loads of love in the comments. He's absolutely boss, isn't he? You can get off to bed now, mate. Don't worry. School tomorrow. Moving on then. Do you want to come back? Do you want me to come back to you? You done? He said, yeah, stay that sly. Get back in here. Get back in here. Luis Diaz, I thought he was boss tonight. What did you think of him, Lucas?
Oh God, I'm actually going to say this. I didn't really focus on him.
It was the most
But I think he did really good.
What number?
Right, and
Probably about 8 to 9.
fair play. Lucas, well done. I'll come back to you then, Courtney, for Luis Diaz. I thought, once again, his tight control was really good. He laid a couple of them into Salah, and Salah wasn't able to finish them off. I remember one he put over the bar on the cop end, but I thought his close control was really good. I thought he was in it on the break as well, but obviously he's still got to get back up to speed. He looked shattered. He looked like he needs to come off. But that comes part and parcel with missing half of the season due to injury.
Yeah, I think it looked really promising from the creativity he had. Just that alone is what we've missed this season. And I wouldn't say this season's down to injury alone, but I think missing Diaz is a massive part of it. We had no creativity really, and then you look at him and he's like, yeah, we didn't score, we weren't really shooting on target that well, but the creativity he was having was just, I think, unbelievable to see back. And then obviously he does run out of energy, but I'm pretty looking forward to seeing him on Saturday, hopefully.
What would you rate him?
An 8.
Yeah, didn't think that bad. Andy, get back in here. So sorry, Lucas, you might want to close your ears here, because I am going to ask him about Mo Salah, and I'm not too sure it's going to be a 9.5. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, close him before they bleed. Mo Salah gets his goal, does well with the penalty, sticks at the same spot he did against Spurs. His passing was completely and utterly atrocious. I'm so sorry, Lucas, but it was.
Well, far be it from me or you to question the 9.5 that Lucas has given. However, I think you're being slightly harsh. I thought he was quite good tonight. I think, there was nothing really going in behind for us. We were struggling to find that pass every time, really. Fulham were playing quite high, congesting it quite a bit, and the centre forward tonight, I'm sure we'll come on to talk about it, I didn't think was had a particularly brilliant game or particularly helped us in build-up at all. However, yeah, I was just still a little bit nervous when Mo's stepped up to take the penalty. He's got the one, but if he misses it, then it's 3 and 4, isn't it? You're just hoping he gets them on target. At some point, he's going to have to stop smashing them down the middle, because keepers are going to get onto it. Yeah. But until he does, then I'm 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it was any worse than anyone else on the pitch, and makes a difference in the end.
I thought Diaz was a little bit better of him, overall. I did think his passing, there was a couple of times where he could have slipped us through DARWIN NUNEZ in on the shoulder, and his passing just went straight to their defender. Slightly frustrating, but he gets the winner, so I can totally understand it. I'll come back to you, because I know you love this player. DARWIN NUNEZ. Let me try and rationalise it.
You calling me irrational?
No, I'm trying to. I just.
He tries really hard.
He does.
He tries really.
But we're really clutching at straws.
He really, really, really wanted to have a good game tonight.
Did he have a good game?
Well, so he did save us on Spurs last time, but he probably got on a little bit worse, just a little.
Yeah, that's a great.
Just a little bit, yeah. You can't fault his work rate. You really can't fault his work rate, and probably his performance tonight is best epitomised by the fact that he gives away an absolutely shocking ball when he comes to take it, but then he wins it back straight away and wins the penalty. Listen, if he's going to be our centre forward over Cody Gakpo anytime soon, he's going to need to show a lot more than he showed tonight. He's going to need to show a lot more than Desire. But ultimately, is he the worst player to come in games like this, where we're playing 3 games in a week, and we can sort of give the likes of Gakpo, the likes of Jota a bit of time off before is it Saturday's the next game? Yeah. No, he's not the worst player to come in. He does give us something in behind. A couple of times, I think Gakpo and Jota have tired in recent games, and he can stretch it and he can get in behind. It's just whether you want your 85 million record signing to be that, and
right.
I'm just not convinced.
Just
4.
Okay, yeah. I don't really know what to say. What I will say.
Wow.
I thought it was really bad.
No, he was. Yeah, he was rubbish. you'll never ever question his commitment and his work ethic and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately his first touch at times is absolutely dreadful. He just needs to fire balls at him all day in the action until he learns to trap it, because if he can do that, he's got everything going for him. He's got everything else, and you can tell they
don't trust him. When he comes deep, they don't trust him to fire that ball into them the way they do Gakpo. You know what I mean?
I thought the main reason Liverpool struggled today was because he was up front, and that they just couldn't build up. Everything's got to be over the top for him to chase. He's not going to be able to. You can't just play neat 1-2s him, and really, it just isn't his game. And it feels like now that we've seen Gakpo doing that so well, it was a real shock that you couldn't do. It wasn't quite working again. For me personally, I think if he's in the team, he needs to be on the left. But Luis Diaz is there, and then it becomes messy.
You look like you don't.
I mean, this is a long rating, this isn't it? But it's he doesn't. I don't know where he fits at the minute. He looks like he's got no ideas on the flank. There's one where he's like, I think I've got to get the ball up to the other end, and he kind of knocks it in front of him, running down blind alleys. I like this movement, to be honest. Actually playing centre forward. The first half, I thought him and Diaz, they were making runs in behind, and they were actually stretching Fulham quite well. I like that. But you're right, as far as a target man, his hold-up play, I thought was
right.
I'd give him a 5.
There's a 5.
Yeah, what I will say quickly on him is that as soon as Robertson came on, he kept going to the near post, and he understood the movement a lot better when Robbo came on the pitch. But yeah, it wasn't a great night for him. Subs going to go quickly. Milner, NA, I'm not even bothered. Harvey Elliott, NA. Cody Gakpo, loved it. To be honest, the close control of that lad. He was playing wing, and somehow was still in the centre of the pitch all the time. I thought he was boss once again.
Yeah, he was, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. We look miles better when he's on. We really do.
8.
I'd say 8.
As a president of the Cody Gakpo fan club, self-proclaimed, I will give him an 8 out of 10. Yeah, if you played three different positions, didn't he? Started in the left wing, moved to centre forward when Jota came on, then moved back over to the left. So yeah.
So just 2 positions then, but we'll go with that. Yeah. That's just left wing and striker. Sorry, Andy, I had to do it again.
I realised when I said it as well, and I was like, she's surely going to let me away with this. No.
I don't do things like that. Andy Robbo.
Thought he was pretty good when he came on, but it's maybe a bit too late.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
6 or 7?
For who?
Robbo?
Yes,
yeah, fine.
Yeah, well, that's we're not bothered. That's been a rating show. Nice one. Do like and subscribe, like Steve just said. I hope you enjoyed this. It wasn't a great game of football, but the Reds pick up 3 points, and that's the most important point. Up the Reds.
Each and every single month, you could be entered into a prize draw for, generally speaking, some signed Liverpool memorabilia. You just need to be a club legend at redmenplus.com. Honestly, we've given away some absolute belters over the last year and a half, and you could be the next winner.